Hi, today I'm just going to be reviewing and kind of suggesting some glosses and different materials to finishing your polymer clay project or jewellery, sculpture, or whatever it is that you're making. And the first one I'm going to talk about is a gloss varnish by Deco. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Gedeo. It's very kind of thick and gloopy, but it gives a really nice finish, kind of like a high shine. You need about 3-4 layers of it though before it really starts to notice nicely. I have an example here. Got a pair of earrings that I've coated in it, and if I just move from side to side you might be able to see sort of how it's really shiny. Be careful with this stuff, because if you don't let it dry properly between layers you may end up getting your work stuck together, and then you try to separate it and then the gloss will start to actually come off the polymer clay. So I recommend sanding first and leaving it a good 48 hours between coats. Like after I destroyed lots of my jewellery through doing that, I leave it extra long in between applications. I also finished with this with Deco. I don't know if you can see the shine on it, but it is nice. The second gloss I'm going to talk about is Sculpey Gloss Glaze. This has a nice satin finish. It's quite thin and watery, but very easy to apply. Slightly expensive though, and nothing out of the ordinary. I wouldn't go crazy over it, but it's not bad. I don't have any examples with Sculpey, I'm afraid, but it is similar to the Deco. The next product I have is resin. And this is my favourite finish out of all of them. I mean, this is in Virotex Light. It's a decent price. In the UK for some reason it's just more expensive, but I think in America it's fairly cheap. This just gives the best finish out of all of them. It's just clean, glassy, clear, dries very hard. It's self-leveling, so it will kind of spread out by itself. I mean, obviously you have to apply it, but then it kind of, goes around the edges and it domes. I don't know if you can see that, the shine, but it's just lovely. The downside of resin is that it takes 3 days to cure. It's very stinky, and also if it's humid it doesn't cure properly, and if it's too cold it doesn't cure properly. So you have to depend a lot on the weather. I couldn't use it this winter in England because it's humid and it's cold. So I kind of had to find a substitute very quickly. And the substitute I found is Donna Cato liquid polyclay. Donna Cato is like a guru of polymer clay art. I mean, she has all kinds of products, she has all different kinds of books and things. But this is very simple to use. You just apply it in a layer. I use my finger. I put it in the oven for about 15 minutes and then you blast it with a heat gun. And the beauty of it is that after you've finished it once, you can put another layer on. If you're not happy with 2 layers, you can put 3 layers. And just cook it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes, per layer. Very versatile. The shine is quite nice. It's not as good as the resin, I don't think. But it's still a very good substitute for it. Quicker to use as well. But it's got a nice shine. And seriously, it saved my life, this stuff. So, the last product I'm going to mention briefly is Fimo Liquid Deco Gel. Now this is the gold star standard for transfers, but I don't do transfers, so I just use it like the Donna Cato liquid polyclay. I use it to create a glass-like finish. So I did a trial piece out of some spare clay, and again it's got a nice shine. It's quite, dries quite thickly. What am I saying? It dries quite nicely and it's got quite a thick look to it, but it's plasticky and it is, again, slightly cloudy. So I'm going to do some more trials on this one and maybe do a further review on what I think of the different liquid polyclays. But out of all of them, resin's definitely my favourite. Gloss is good, but it doesn't get the 3D effect that you'll have from resin and the liquid polyclay. The liquid polyclay is very nice, easier to use, but it doesn't quite have the same brilliant kind of shiny, glassy finish that you'll get with resin. So I hope today's review is helpful, and that I've thrown some good alternatives. out there, so you can, you know, choose whatever finish you like. You may just want to bake it and leave it at that. So thank you for listening today, and I hope to see you again. Take care. Bye.